Good morning. This week, Three Gorges. A gorge is like this weird term for mountain in Australia. It's like old-timey language, like jail and gaol. Australia loves to use these terms. I mean, I'm used to it being called the Three Gorges. It's an iconic ride for Australia. Definitely New South Wales icon of sort of climbing rides, getting out of the city. And then it's on the North Shore, which is nowhere near the ocean, as opposed to the northern beaches, which are near the beaches. But those that venture to the area take the North Shore line and go to Hornsby, and effectively, you're gonna end up there. I'm gonna go through it today, going Galston, Barara Waters, Bobin Head. You can make it a 4-gorge by adding Brooklyn to the mix. Done that a few times myself, not today. 60K is good for me. So Hornsby Station. This would be the get-off point if you took the train up, if you didn't want to put the extra kilometers in to ride up. You forget about all the traffic, effectively in peak hour for the area, away from the city of Sydney, outer suburb, 8:30 in the morning, and crazy people beyond the roads. It's substantially better post-COVID in my opinion. And I think that depends on where you ride based on the conversations I've had. I think the city's still tough, but in general, out this way, I find it far more relaxing. It's still stressful at times, it's always a few, but ultimately, the humans be chilling a little more. Just heading up towards the Galston turnoff, try to give you some of that good old footage. I should probably formally apologize for my foul criticisms of Australia's language. A gal is probably legitimately a thing, as is a gorge. I'm sure a gorge is just a small thing. If I'm critical of myself, they don't call them the Blue Gorges, they call them the Blue Mountains. So maybe it's a scale thing. So sorry about that. Don't want to offend the native tongue. So I think as far as directions, generally people from the city go Bobin Head, Barara, Galston and do this climb out up Galston. I'm doing like the North Shore side, and it's really this Galston bit. It's probably the most like iconic. When you look at it, it looks like a very short Tour de France climb, and that it has all these switchbacks, you know, sort of Alp vibes. Maybe it should be the 3 Alps, or the 3 coals. I mean, the point is, it's the cool bit. The rest are just the normal kind of climbs. Climbing up the other side of Galston, it sucks, it's a bit long, but it is just sort of a general climb. When you climb out this side, heading back to Hornsby, get all the switchbacks, and it's a very different feeling. The only shit of it is the cars. But let's hope everybody's at work by the time I get there. And that's that. Pretty cool. Not a lot of traffic today, just heading up. So you got the opposite side of it. Now we climb. I always find this one the hardest climb. Maybe it's because I pushed too hard. Not today. It's the end of the year. Doesn't matter. Just cruise it up. Saw some other cyclists up front. It's like they're cruising too. Good day for it. Not too hot. Sun's not bearing down yet. Morning. Morning. That's Galston Gorge done. It's always bitey. It just has those pinches in it. I think the grade just adjusts too much or more. Lots of cars. Let's get to the top here, head out to the big roundabout in Galston, head out to Barara Waters. That's the big roundabout. You also have multiple coffee shops. Pretty good. I've been to one of the coffee shops. It was good. Good enough for a coffee stop. Now just rolling through over to Barara Waters. Mostly it's like rural open lands. It's pretty cool. I often think it feels like a whole different country. Look at this fresh road. Yeah, I often feel like I could be anywhere on the planet when I'm out this way. It just looks so different compared to the city scene. Also, Fagan Park is a brilliant place. Used to take my kids there when they were young. Have since been back and did a bit of drone practicing out there because it's huge. It's a beautiful park though. Well worth a visit if you're out this way. This is that Arcadia area in between. Rural as. So content-wise, my aim is to do some local rides and kind of just take people through them. Some of my sort of backyard haunts and favorites. And then kind of every other week, get that gravel adventure ride in. Next week we're going to Tamworth. So we'll be doing a Tamworthian gravel ride. Looking forward to that. I'm just hoping it's not deadly hot. The week after that, holidays. But I should have time probably to get on the road. And then after that, it's New Year's. Jeez, where does the time go? I'm also thinking about a couple of group rides. You know, maybe like a beginner intermediate Haley crew ride and then a sort of intermediate hardcore group ride. Thinking in the new year, at some point, maybe early, I'm off to Tokyo later in the month. Yeah, we're going to work something out. Yeah, if that's something you're interested in, I guess chuck a comment in. I could do a poll of rides and we could do it if there's rides that you're just looking for someone to take you on. Suggestions welcome. Comment, please, if you like to. I feel like a 45-year-old man losing his mind asking for comments on YouTube. Anyhow, that's the transactional model. All right, I better not get hit by a car. Morning. It's an absolute bomb down into Barara Waters. Those that are probably far more advanced wouldn't even probably use their brakes. I doubt they'd use their brakes. I think I'd tap just to kind of sanity check myself. But yeah, once you kind of know it, it's a great drop in. Good fun.
And then you get the cool little crossing on the ferry, Barara Waters Ferry. Yeah, it can become somewhat busy, but today, obviously, midweek, ain't nobody on this bitch. Lots of cars though.
And away we go. Climb number 2, Col 2, Gorge 2. You label it, and I will call it that. And that's Gorge 2 done. That's effectively the brunt of it, the more than halfway moment. It's a pretty clean climb. Like, I think it's because they all get washed out or landslid and rebuilt so often, but now it's just smooth as butter. It's a whole different world going down that side. I do enjoy that side in the downhill, a bit like the Galston descent. I just don't like the grind through Arcadia in that sort of counterclockwise direction. Morning. Anyhow, back on the bike path. I'm legit craving an ice cold blue Powerade. Madness. So my one word of warning on this ride is just the stretch between Barara and sort of that Hornsby area on the sides. It's generally where I've gotten all my flats. So it's a good time to be aware. So that's mostly done. There's like these 3 little bumps between, and it's kind of mostly flattish to the turn off to Bobin Head now. And now we push to the last gorge, the old Bobin Head. The third one of 3, for those doing math at home. It's shorter on distance overall. I think it's like 65K for me door to door, but there are 3 climbs in there. And if I add the 4th gorge, you get 100K. So overall, it's, you know, it's a decent effort. Morning. God, it's windy today. Got hit in the face with some wind. It starts to get a bit heavier over here. So often on that descent, it's a funny line. If you just get off of it, morning, you hit all the bumps. Today I hit all the bumps. Well, last climb, heading up, top of Bobin Head, easy side, and then home. Pretty quiet, but enjoyable morning. Morning, mate. Morning, mate. Good, buddy. How are you? Good. There it is. Third gorge done. Tick, tick, tick. Yeah, so here we are through North Turramurra, cut back over kind of through Wahroonga, the back streets home, and Dunski's. Probably be about a 2.5 hour ride today. So that just about wraps it up. That's the Three Gorges. I'm almost home. That clockwise roll, I find it to be the more enjoyable way. I've ridden it both ways. Clockwise be the way for me. And yeah, open invite. If you don't really know how to do it, or you want someone to ride with, let me know. That's about it for today's tour of the Three Gorges. I'm out.